So this here is our 2006 Dodge Ram diesel, and lately I've been hearing the fuel pump running, and it's kind of making a little bit more of a noise. You usually hear a little maybe whine whistle once in a while, but now it's kind of like click 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 click, and it's running fine, everything's good. But it's a known cause for fuel filter problems. I'm also smelling fuel, and I'm getting kind of crappier mileage. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to put one of these in. This is a fuel filter. Simple enough project to do. Do this every once in a while. Don't buy a cheap fuel filter. Buy something a little better. I upgraded, bought a better quality fuel filter than just the cheap thing that they offer. Nothing special, but still, it's a diesel. You want to take good care of it and keep it clean, and fuel is everything when it comes to these things. So if you're getting dirty fuel in there, it's going to mess up your injectors, it's going to mess up your injection pump, and you're going to have problems. And keep your fuel clean. So starting with number one, keep your fuel clean. Changing your fuel filter. Let me show you what you have to do. Simple enough. I have an oil pan down there to catch the fuel that's going to drip out of this. Let me pop the hood and get set up, and I'll show you where we're at. Okay. So if you look down here, let's see, coming in on the engine, if you go way down here, what you're looking for is that right there, this thing. Take this off. This is an 1.1/8" nut right here, so we'll hook up our ratchet, take that off. But first thing you got to do is flick this lever that's down here, and you need to drain the fuel out of that. So I want to put the oil pan underneath that so it catches whatever is going to come draining out of that. Let's see, you can follow the drain line down, loops around, it comes out under here. Okay. I think I'm pretty close to that, so let me hit this. Open that. Where's it coming out of here? Got it. Whew. Caught it coming down off of that. Catch your stuff. Don't let it just drain on the ground. It's the worst thing ever, especially if you have a well or anything. You're gonna end up drinking that one day and losing your property. Okay, so while we let that run down, let me get the ratchet, take this apart. Okay, so far so good. I don't smell like fuel yet. Now, I already managed to get a little grease on my hands. No big deal. I never mind getting too greasy, but try to put gloves on all the time. Sooner or later, too much exposure to all this stuff is going to give you cancer. I know quite a few old people that are mechanics, and it's pretty much what got them is dealing with motor oils and stuff. So great, that's a good glove already. Good start. Probably not the best of gloves for this, but whatever. Any glove's better than no glove. That'll keep me from stinking too bad. Diesel. All right. See if I can get in there and get this off. I probably shouldn't have the extension on this. Okay, so we'll just go with this old big sucker. Simple enough. Now, your new filter, it should come with a little O-ring, so you want to make sure that you get the old O-ring out of there. If you put two of them together, you're just going to blow fuel out the side of that. Same applies with your oil filters. You can hear that draining right now. Pull that out. Woohoo! Oh, it's still draining everywhere. Okay. So this is what I'm looking at here. The holes are the top part, bottom solid, the clip's in there. Looks pretty good. I don't see anything sticking out, but it's definitely time to change this. And there's a black O-ring on here, so that came with it. Let me grab that, pull all this apart here. Let's see here. All right. How do I want to do this? Okay, so this is the new filter, and you can see the O-ring right there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open this new filter and get this ready to go. And all I got to do is pull that out. Now, remember what I said about clean. Keep everything clean. I don't want to touch anything in there if we can avoid it. That'll sit. Now, we got to pull. There's little tabs. Let's see. Here, 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 all the way around. You just have to wiggle it until you get it around a few of them. And it'll come out. Slight force, never a lot of force. Oh man, filter's actually pretty warm. The filter in there. We got rid of that. I don't want it all over the truck. Now, try to get this O-ring out of here if I can. Nuts. There we go. All right. Oh, I had it. Sometimes if you slide your finger together like that, let's see if I can show you. You can get it to loop, make a loop, and then you can peel. Oh, I just dropped it again. Let's see. Slide my finger along it. It's making a loop. Grab the loop, and remember, diesel's real slick. And then you can get it off like that. Okay. Definitely change the old O-ring. Now, I had a rag out here. Let me get my rag. Because again, being clean, you want to be as clean as you possibly can. So wiping my hands off just in case I have any crud on any of that. So when I reach in, grab the top of the filter, still in the package, and clip it right in there. And don't even have to touch anything. And the bottom part is solid, the top is open. Now the O-ring, touching it by two little pieces. Put that over it. Okay, there we go. We have a new O-ring and we have a new filter and we haven't touched any of that. So, what are we looking at here? Maybe I can spin you around and show you what this looks like. I'm trying to keep my hands clean. I definitely don't want to have the camera stinking like Alright, so that's where it has to go, back in that spot right there. Ooh. I don't think I'm going to be able to film this part until I get it done. Maybe I can try, but I don't want to touch anything else here with all this. All right, piece of cake. Then you just tighten that up. Grabbing, it wasn't grabbing for the longest time. Okay, now I am going to ditch these gloves, tighten that up, and then all I have to do somewhat clean, only one big spot. But gloves, I always like to pull one off, keep it in the middle, pull the other off. They're both inside and clean like that. Now you don't have any crap short of what leaked through this high quality glove. Okay. Now, finish tightening this up. So this particular truck is a 2006 Dodge Ram diesel 2500. I mean, this applies to, God, I guess probably everything from an 03 till they switched a year in 07. Somewhere mid-year in 07 probably. 5.9 Cummins. All right, now once you get that done, and that's all tightened back up down in there, all I have to do is flick this yellow lever back over here. So, okay, now that closes that all back off. So now it's ready to go. Now we have to prime the system. So cool thing about these, let me clean my hands before I do that so you don't have to hear me crunching over all this. Okay, back to being clean. Wanted to wipe my hands as best I could before I go in the truck. So the cool thing about these for bleeding them, you don't have to do much. All we're gonna do is go in there and turn the key a few times. Turn it on, turn it off. Okay, so this is probably the third, fourth time we've cycled this. And maybe we'll do it one more and we'll give it a whirl and see if she'll fire up. I'm gonna fix that. Let's cycle it again. Yeah, there she goes. Fires that right up. Now I'm just gonna check and make sure nothing's leaking here. I don't see anything. Like some old cruddy lines. I guess they're just cruddy. They're not that old. Well, that wasn't too bad. It took about maybe 10 minutes to do, a piece of cake. And now it should be good for, I don't know, about 30,000 miles or so. And hopefully that solves our problem of smelling fuel and hearing the fuel pump. As a matter of fact, I don't even hear the fuel pump. That's it. Fuel pump's not making that click, 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 click. I should have started it beforehand so you could hear it. It was a high-pitched clickety noise as if the fuel pump's going, and it turns out apparently that's not even it. And thankfully it ran fine. It just needed to get a new fuel filter. So go ahead, change your stuff yourself. It's a piece of cake. Save yourself the trouble. It really wasn't bad. I don't even smell like diesel. Go figure. So to be able to not smell like diesel, we managed to catch all the diesel down on the ground. Now we just have to change this, clean that, and we're good to go. So you like and subscribe. You have a great day. Check out our other videos, Mr. Brian's Amazing World. Thank you.